When I was 20, I drove an Oldsmobile. It was a silver 4-door Delta 88. And it had a long bench seat across the front. And a feat of engineering genius, the rear license plate was on a hinge and you had to pull it back in order to fill up the gas tank. We called it the sled. It was a magnificent automobile and it served me well for those years. But they don't make Oldsmobiles anymore. I mean, they used to be popular, but the factories have shut down. And eventually the only ones left will be collector's items, relics of an era that has passed. Oldsmobile couldn't keep up with the times, and so it's become more and more something of the past, not the future. For them, not us. For then, not now. I tell you about the sled because for a growing number of people in our modern world, God is a bit like Oldsmobiles. Things have changed. We have more information and technology than ever. We're interacting with a broader, more diverse range of people than ever. And the tribal God, the only one many people have ever heard of, appears more and more small and narrow and irrelevant, and in some cases just plain mean, and other times not that intelligent. Like my friend Kathy, who was at this event recently where she heard an influential Christian leader say he doesn't think women should be allowed to teach and lead in faith communities. Kathy, who has 2 master's degrees, sat there stunned. Or my friend Gary, who he and his family visited a church on a recent Easter Sunday, only to hear a resurrection sermon about how all gay people are going to hell. And then my friend Michael just told me recently about hearing the leader of a large Christian organization say that if you don't believe that God made the world in a literal 6 days, then you have to get rid of the rest of the Bible as well, because, you know, it doesn't matter what science says. This is a problem. And as a pastor over the last 20 years, what I've seen again and again is people with a growing sense that their spirituality is in some vital and yet mysterious way central to who they are as a person. And yet the dominant perceptions and conceptions and understandings of God they've encountered along the way aren't just failing them, but in many cases are causing harm. Is God going to be left behind like Oldsmobiles? I don't think so. Because I believe there are other ways, better ways of talking about God and understanding God. Because I believe God is with us and for us. And I believe God is actually ahead of us, calling us and drawing us and inviting and pulling us all, every one of us, into a better future than we could ever imagine.